It's now time for Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, live on the Woodward Sports Network. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m. Starring Ryan Ermanni, Michigan great and former NFL baller Braylon Edwards, and of course, Tom Mazaway. Let's talk some sports.
Hey, let's go! Wednesday show, August 23rd, 2023. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com, fox2detroit.com if you're watching live. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. Hello!
What up, Dad?
However you are watching. Woodward Sports, we certainly appreciate you. Braylon Edwards, good afternoon to you, my friend.
In the words of Jalen Rose and everybody from Detroit, what up, though?
What up, though?
Feeling good, man. It's a good meeting we just had.
Good today.
Appreciate that. I love this color, love this teal, blue. It's Puma, little Peter Millar action. Love Peter Millar. Mix it with the Mizuno. Ryan Ermanni, I was having a bit of a moment at the gym this morning. Okay?
Uh-oh.
Went swimming, my usual, trying to get back on it. I slacked off a little bit, but you know what? I'm back on. But you got to begin by beginning. So got in the pool, wasn't feeling myself. And I go in the weight room after I get in the pool a little bit, and I'm just still feeling down. Like I got this negative energy on me. And then this young girl comes in with the YMCA group. She wanders in. She's a kid. You know the YMCA, they take care of the kids, the day programs. She wanders in, Tom Mazaway, who I'm about to bring in shortly. And she just had this beautiful spirit, this beautiful energy. She comes in there, she's playing with her weights, and she just said, I'm just trying to get in shape. I'm trying to get big and strong like you. Immediately, I forgot what I was angry about. I forgot what the bad mood was about, and she raised my level of energy. So then after that, I go to CVS to get a water and to get some toothpaste.
Gotta have the toothpaste.
You gotta have toothpaste,
yep.
Especially when you're gonna be talking to people early in the morning. So then I go there, Maz, and now that I have this new energy because of the young girl that came into the young lady came into the weight room, the lady that was working at CVS, her energy was down, Maz. Her energy was down.
She don't want to have bad energy.
I said, ma'am, what's going on with your day? She said, I can't just seem to get the machines right. Nothing's working. The person that was supposed to work with me called off at the last minute. And as I was talking to her, they had a beach chair display inside the CVS. And in the beach chair, you know what it said?
What did it say? Life
is good. And I pointed to the beach chair. I showed her what it said. And she said, you know what? It is. And I say that to say this. When you get the blessing, you got to keep passing on. So I hope she passes on. But I'm bringing that energy here. Tom Mazaway, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, Bray, but you might want to bring your seat up.
I know, right? I was
stand up. Take a minute.
I'm doing all right.
How was that oatmeal that you had and everything? You had oatmeal or cereal or something, and he comes in, plops in the seat, the chair sits down.
I almost had to. It was a salad. I'm on a diet.
I almost had to pull over today on my way here.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable storm. I was going 40 miles an hour on 696. Just hoping to. I just stayed in the middle lane, had both hands on the steering wheel, and the wipers were going crazy. You see the lightning in front of you. You hear the rumbles. My poor dog, my Jeter, is probably beside himself right now.
I mean, I was gripping it and ripping it myself, man. I mean, I was like,
honestly.
Still talking about driving.
Oh, man. Hey, yo.
I'm driving, right?
You're a funny guy. Hey,
it's Goff. Gripping and ripping. It's Goff.
No doubt. Braylon, you had mentioned we had a station meeting here at Woodward Sports earlier today. There is so many great things happening at the network that we're just really excited about. Night shows, Saturday shows, Sunday shows. I mean, we are going to dominate coverage. And Tom Mazaway, why don't you tell everybody about the first show that we got coming up here?
You got it. Woodward Sports. You know it, guys. The Lions reporters, Gabrielle Phillips, Matt Broder, and Detroit legend, of course, Uncle Terry Foster, sitting at the corner of Woodward and Main Street, bringing you the latest inside information on the Detroit Lions. Episodes will be coming via 2 times a week, all season long. You got it right here on Woodward Sports Network's YouTube channel, Sundays from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. and Tuesdays from 7 to 8 a.m. Premieres Tuesday, September 5th. That's right after Labor Day. You don't want to miss this. Tune in to watch the most in-depth reporting and breakdown of the game, the players, and preparing you for the next time the Lions hit the gridiron. Woodward Sports Lions Insider Show, Detroit's first stop for game day.
So we're looking forward to that. We'll sprinkle in some of the other announcements throughout the show that we kind of kicked off yesterday. We'll keep everybody abreast of those new shows. Really excited football season here at Woodward Sports. Subscribe to our YouTube channel because so much of this is going to be enjoyed right from that YouTube experience, whether you're on your phone, on your tablet, maybe you're watching on your 75-inch television screen on your couch. Watch it along with the fellas here and ladies at Woodward Sports. Braylon, Lions and Carolina Panthers on Friday, the final preseason game of the year. Yesterday was an interesting practice because it was one of those where it's ones on ones, good on good. You come away. Apparently there were 9 series that they played against each other, and you come out, you just feel like you're one step closer to football season and you're one step closer to the Lions' regular season. And they got some good news today that I think we'll get to in just a second. But when you come off those practices like that, another opportunity for guys to show that they belong on this team.
Definitely another opportunity, and pretty much the last opportunity. There is a preseason game, and we'll see what happens in that game. But decisions are pretty much already made, Maz. You've watched a ton of preseason games in your day, and you know by preseason game 3, they tend to know who they're going to go. Now it's preseason game 2. They kind of know where they want to go. It's just the last game to maybe see if you can find a last diamond in the rough, or if somebody can persuade you otherwise. But yesterday is the last practice that they're going to take a chance to really get after. It's the last true training camp practice where you're hitting, you're going after. You guys are feisty. You guys want to, you want to show that you know that you have an understanding of the playbook, that you have an understanding what Ben Johnson wants of you. If you're on defense, you want to show that you understand what Aaron Glenn wants for you in that defense. And it's fun to see. Those things are very competitive, because defenses, they want you to do it over because everyone knows this is kind of like the last test rehearsal before you get into that game week against the Kansas City Chiefs on the 7th. So everybody, I guarantee you, may have only started off as going to do 5, but then the defense wants to go again because the offense kicked their butt on the 5th one. Now the offense wants to go again because the defense kicked their butt on the 6th one. You get that competition level that you want to see of a team that is as good as the Detroit Lions are going into the season. So last one, everybody got it out. Now it's time to be on your P's and Q's and know the playbook, because the next thing is going to be season.
Hey, they moved practice around today, so a lot of the beat reporters, we were going to have Mike O'Hara on. He couldn't do it because they moved practice. But guess what? We got Lomas Brown coming on with us a little bit later from practice. That's going to be fun.
I'm really excited. What time do we have at 2:30?
2:35.
2:35. Yep. We'll be joined by Lomas Brown. I want to talk to Lomas about so many different things. But one of the things I want to talk to him about, too, is this guy's been around this organization for a long time. It feels like everything is going their way. It feels like everything is going their way, from C.J. Gardner-Johnson having to be carried off or carted off and thinking that he was done for the season. He was out for a couple of days. Amon-Ra St. Brown tweaks an ankle, and he's out for a couple of days. Nothing serious. No. It feels like each and every part of this Lions season is shaping up in the form of luck. News today that Chris Jones, perhaps a top 3 defender in this league, I would say, if you want to lump in Aaron Donald, Micah Parsons, and Chris Jones.
He's the number 2 defensive interior in the league, to your point.
Out until at least week 8. It's being reported that he claims he will sit out. Here's the quote from Andy Reid, which I find interesting, okay? There's been no communication, so I don't know what's going to go on there. Whatever happens, happens. If he's not there, the game goes on, right? That's how it works. There's just been no communication. Chiefs opener just so happens to be against the Detroit Lions in 15 days. Braylon Edwards, when you take the best defensive player on the team, let alone one of the best defenders in the league, you take that player out of the middle of the defense, that has to make you feel good going in, at least if you're the Detroit Lions offensively.
1,000%. But the interesting thing about this, and I'll start off by giving the Detroit Lions some love, their offensive line is damn good, regardless if Chris Jones is going to play or not. The Detroit Lions are one of the rare lines in the league that can handle big boy up the middle. Now, with that being said, he is elite. So you don't have a guy like that, it bodes well for the Detroit Lions. This is one of those things where we're talking about. D-Mac talks about it all the time. I haven't won a championship. D-Mac's won 4. You got to have a little bit of luck along the way to win. Getting to the Kansas City side of things, This is interesting. I find it interesting that coaches are always playing kind of like John Harbaugh. I don't know what's going on. It hasn't been no communication. We don't know what Lamar Jackson is doing. I don't know what's going on with Chris Jones. They know. They just don't like what they know. They thought that Chris Jones was going to be a guy that was going to come in because he's coming back to the team that won the championship last year. They've won 2 in the last 4 years, and he wants to be a part of that. When you pay a guy $500 million, but you don't want to pay other guys start to pay attention to that. Guy like Chris Jones is like, whoa, hold up. I am just as important as Patrick Mahomes is in the playoffs. He may not be as important, we know that, but he's just as important. You look at Frank Clark, a guy that they let go last year. He leads the NFL all time in sacks in the playoffs. They let him go. Tyreek Hill, let him go. When you start to see things like that, players start to get upset. Tyrann Mathieu, they let him go. How many guys are they going to let go before you see something like this? Guys get pissed. Guys get a little jealous. It's a part of the game.
You know where else we've seen this? Pittsburgh. Seen it in Pittsburgh.
Wide receivers,
where you pay the quarterback, and everybody else leaves.
Look at their receivers.
Nobody else wants to be there anymore.
100%, because when you do the deal at first, hey, it's $500 million. It's like mind blowing. It's like whoa, but then it's also like, okay, when it's our turn, they'll figure it out. When it's our time, they'll pay us. They'll pay us like they should. And then when it gets to be my time, when it gets to be I finished runner-up last year and Defensive Player of the Year, when it gets to be we run another Super Bowl on the backs of that defense to a certain extent, and I don't get my pay, you don't up in my pay, guys are starting to get very upset. And up in my pay was in the movie, by the way. But guys get upset, man, and guys feel like, hey, why is he the only one that can get paid? Why is he the only one? Oh, and his best friend, Travis. Why are they the only two that can get broke off? Guys are starting to be upset with that. Quarterbacks are making a lot of money. These $50 million deals a year, you're seeing guys like, I'm cool with it until when I come up, I can't get paid.
Look at the Giants.
Exactly.
Danny Dimes got paid, but who on the defense wanted to get it?
Oh, DeMarcus Lawrence.
Exactly.
Dexter Lawrence.
Guys, let's talk about this a little bit more, what that does to a team.
Yeah.
And if you see this to be kind of a growing trend in football, especially when you've got a quarterback that really, now in Mahomes, yes,
right,
but now you're seeing quarterbacks that really, I mean, what's Herbert done? You know what I mean? Like
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. What are the, and we'll talk about Jared Goff in a little bit too. When you make when one player makes so much money, there just seems to be, you can tell me there's not all you want.
Yeah.
There's a disconnect between that player and everybody else. More coming up next. And Lomas Brown in about 25 minutes. But first, a message from Dispo.
We will be there in 2 days. We'll be at Dispo in Hazel Park. Experience the true meaning of exceptional cannabis with Dispo. Look, they're your local plug. Over 12 locations in the state of Michigan. Each one better than the next. They have all the brands you need. They walk on. It's an experience. It's an experience. You walk in, makes you feel good. You see all the colors, all the candy. They got the DJ going on Friday. Got the food trucks outside. Dispo knows how to do it. We will see you there this Friday. 21 and up, recreational only.
Have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Jumper. Tweet us. Hop on the YouTube chat. Slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
At work and at home. We're there with smarter security solutions, featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Strawberry Fest continues this summer. You want to start your day off with a great breakfast. The strawberry hot cakes, the mouth-watering red velvet waffles, just to get it rolling. If you want a little brunch instead, the strawberry bacon chicken wrap is awesome. And if you want to really keep it light, like Braylon, you want to do the summer splash salad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because you save room for desserts, of course. The classic strawberry pie. How about that mouth-watering, the deep-fried vanilla Oreo? Or the strawberry hot fudge cake. Plus, you get Ryan's favorite. Just give me a big boy.
Welcome back, Woodward Sports Network. How's everybody doing out there today? We're talking a little bit about, Lions' luck seeming like it's changing a little bit here. Chris Jones says he's not going to be out there until week 8. He's the best defensive player on the Kansas City Chiefs, one of the best in the league. Yeah. That benefits the Lions. Seattle rookie Jackson Smith-Njigba undergoing wrist surgery. He's out 3 to 4 weeks. When do the Seattle Seahawks play the Lions?
Week 2.
Week 2, which is 4 weeks from now.
Yeah.
So if he's out that 4 weeks, he is going to be out when they play the Lions, or at the very least, it's going to be his first action in a month.
And
so
it will be his first action ever as a rookie in the NFL.
Exactly. So the Lions, what we thought was a little bit of a schedule kind of, and yes, it's still a difficult schedule. Yeah, don't get me wrong.
Two playoff teams, including a champion.
It does lighten up as the season goes on, seemingly. But again, these games now against Kansas City, certainly, and maybe even Seattle a little bit, kind of, when you take these really talented players off these out of these lineups, it does make it a little bit easier of a time, I would think.
And I would say this to all the Detroit Lions fans out there who absolutely have the right to say, look, we're the different team now. We're not the same old Lions. We're brand new Lions. We want to face Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs at their best. We want to face Geno Smith and Jackson Smith-Njigba and everything that Seattle has. Oh, I get that. 100%. I agree. But at the same time, when you don't have to face those guys, it helps out. Look, I played in the league, and when we knew guys weren't playing, definitely going to the game, and Ray Lewis isn't playing, you don't think the team's a little happier? When you're going against the Pittsburgh Steelers and Troy Polamalu has an Achilles, you're like, I hope he's okay. But whew, like, you're excited when guys like that aren't playing because, look, you want to get as many wins as you can. Now, in the playoffs is a different thing, but you want to get all the wins you can. And when you got guys at that level that won't be playing in the game, definitely makes you sleep a little better at night going into that game.
Right. I think you hit it on the head. And we've said this before. Yeah. Lions' luck is different. Because before, the season's over. Oh, this guy got hurt. Oh, this guy's going to get hurt. Oh, this guy went down. They're out for a month, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. And then on the other side, the teams they're playing are completely healthy. It just seems that, I don't know what it is. The universe is finally giving us a break. After 67 freaking years, the universe has finally decided, all right, go ahead, Lions. You're a real NFL team now with a little luck on your side.
Well, not only that, Maz and Bray, but, you just look at the Chris Jones situation in Kansas City alone. Whether it's Daniel Jones in New York with Saquon Barkley, whether, the Josh Jacobs situation with the Raiders, Jonathan Taylor in the Indianapolis. I mean, you can go up and down the list of the NFL. It's all drama. Now, we on the outside like to believe that, if the guys aren't here, it doesn't matter. We play with who's here, this, that, and the other thing. But you can't tell me, and you would be able to tell me, that these things, whether it's a holdout or the amount of money somebody makes, doesn't impact a chemistry in a locker room. And I do think you need chemistry to win championships. I do think you need to have chemistry to be elite. I could be wrong on that, but I think that's necessary. And there is no drama for the Detroit Lions where you look elsewhere and you can see drama up and down the league.
There's nothing like being in the locker room, man, and you see the drama elsewhere, whether it's the drama of a player sitting out, whether it's the drama of players getting injured, whether it's the drama that you're seeing with Jonathan Taylor, who we'll talk about at some point today, with the Indianapolis Colts, giving him permission. when you see that drama and when you see injuries happen during training camp, and you can look around your locker room's still intact. The injury's still intact. Everybody's still feeling good. No one's injured. Everybody is paid up to par so far. You're walking into the season, Ryan, with no distractions. No distractions, and that's the main thing, especially when you're trying to do what the Detroit Lions are trying to do. You don't want any distractions, and right now, the Detroit Lions, they have no distractions. There's one maybe distraction that people can pull from time to time, and that's in the form of Jamison Williams and what's going on with that. That's not even a distraction.
I agree with you.
Exactly. That's the only thing that they can pull from time to time, and that's not even really a distraction, so we know we don't even see him until week 7. The Lions are in a unique situation. It's the situation how you start a season. This is how you get on the road. This is how you start off 4-1, start off 5-2, start off 10 and whatever. You start off the right way, and that energy, that momentum, it keeps building.
I totally agree with you that Jamison Williams, I don't even think you can consider it a distraction because you're not counting on him for anything. You weren't counting on him for anything last year. You're really not counting on him anything this year, at least early on.
Exactly.
Yet. Now, as the season goes on, and maybe he's drops a touchdown that would have won.
We'll cross that bridge.
We'll get there if we get there. Let's not worry about it if we don't. But I just think there's so many great things going on with this team, and when it comes to the payments these guys are getting, though, Chris Jones probably is pissed off.
Yeah, hell yeah.
He is pissed off.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley was pissed off.
He was, and he had every right to be, because Daniel Jones, not only did he get paid $42 million a year, he asked for $49 and got paid $42 million. Saquon's asking for what he's worth, and he almost got told to kick rocks.
That's right.
Yeah.
Who's got college pregame, guys? Maybe I should just take all these. It's just so hard to read in the middle as we're transitioning.
I don't even know what you're talking about, but I do know that Woodward Sports love of college football. Do you love college football? Well, Woodward Sports loves college football. That's why we're bringing you Woodward Sports for the love of college football game pre-show. The latest WSN show to tune in to the YouTube channel. This is one of the shows that we talked about. We're going to bring you a lot of new shows, a lot of new content. So buckle up, Woodward Sports, because it's coming to you. Woodward Sports pregame show.
Lions coach, assistant head coach, and running backs coach Scotty Montgomery talked about how impressed he is by the Lions' offensive line, and we're going to get somewhere else after this. Take a listen to what he said about the O-line.
Our offensive line, I really, I've seen movement in offensive lines in the run game, but the collection of being able to protect it and run it the way that we're able to run the football and protect the quarterback has really stood out to me.
That's where all your resources are. The offensive line, the running back position, your first-round draft picks, your third-round draft picks, your free agents. Go ahead. You raised.
No.
Oh, I thought you wanted to get in there now.
No.
I'm just saying, they should be that good. They are that good, and that's making a difference.
I just wanted to mention that Braylon mentioned it earlier. He's so impressed. You can just hear him. This line is different than other offensive lines.
Yeah.
He is saying that this is a difference-making offensive line. How they can run block and pass block at the same time. How good they are for both of those things that you need for Jared Goff's protection and to run the ball with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs and whoever else makes this team. They are the most expensive offensive line in football. It's one of the top 5 offenses as far as what you're paying your offense.
Yeah.
It's one of the top 3 in the NFL, the Lions. Remember we had that stat for you. So the money is on the offense here for the Lions, and it all starts with those guys.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, the people that buy the most expensive insurance, usually it's going to be the best insurance. And right now, the best insurance for the Detroit Lions is going to be that offensive line, because it's going to protect Jared Goff. It's going to keep him on schedule like it was last year. You saw he played last year. That's because he's on schedule. That's because he wasn't worried about getting sacked. That's because he had time in the pocket. It's not often that teams can do both, Maz. You're absolutely correct. You listen to what he says right there. Coach Montgomery is right. It's not often they do better. I played in teams where we had damn good rushing lines. And when I was with the Jets that first year, Thomas Jones and Sean Green, they were running all over the place, led the league in rushing. Now, when it got to the pass blocking, and pass pro wasn't the same. They weren't as good in pass pro, and that's why they made some moves going into that next season. very rare that you can do both, and this offensive line can do both. I still got to always bring up what Taylor Decker said 3 years ago at the beginning. He was so open to change. He was so open to, this is a guy that was getting paid. This is a guy that's going to be a Pro Bowl at some point. He said, look, man, whatever this guy comes in, we're ready to do something different. I'm ready to do anything it takes to win. So whatever this guy is going to come in with, talking about Coach Campbell, whatever he's coming in with, we're on board. I'm making sure the guys are on board. Now he's the anchor of that line that's one of the best, if not the best, in the NFL. They can do it both. It's a hell of a guy to lead from when you're Penei Sewell, when you're Jonah Jackson, when you're these young offensive linemen, and you got a guy like that that's saying whatever it takes to win, we're going to do. There's a reason why they're the leaders in the locker room.
And your guy, Hank Fraley, leading that line. Coaching him up.
I've been in that locker room with Hank. Hank's no joke. If you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, Hank will get after your ass.
He's a pretty good foaling player as well.
Hey, he got the bonk.
Scotty Montgomery, Lions running backs and assistant head coach. You mentioned leadership, Bray. Talked about the leadership David Montgomery is providing Jahmyr Gibbs as well.
His leadership capability is going to help Ja turn into a leader quickly. Like I think that he is also the guy that was able to, kind of, break Ja's initial shell to be able to talk and, communicate, or give him the ability to talk around the guys a little bit more, because Ja came in humble, and I like that. And now we're trying to do a good job of pairing those two together, and the teaching that goes on the field that's not coaching has been very good for him.
Yeah, you love to hear this. I remember when I was in New York my second year, D. Milner, who was an All-American cornerback.
Alabama, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
This boy Ryan Ermanni knows his stuff. D. Milner came in, and you know who was there at the time? Antonio Cromartie is there. Darrelle Revis is there, who just got into the Hall of Fame. Congrats, bro. You're interested to see how the relationship is going to play out with the young guy and the veteran guy, who in this case was the best in the league at the time. And soon as D. Milner came in, you saw Darrelle Revis going to him. You saw him working with him. You saw him talking to him, keeping him on point. They talked. They hung out after that. Like, Darrelle Revis was willing to make that leap and be that veteran guy for D. Milner, as opposed to be a guy that's not trying to work with him, thinks he's in danger of taking his job. That's what you're seeing from David Montgomery. David Montgomery is doing the same thing Revis did, and what they both have in common, they want to win. It's the same thing that David Montgomery said when he got here. What did he talk about? I don't care if I got to get the water for people, what's going on. Remember he said that? He just wants to win and pass on information that he's learned thus far in his 4 years going into year 5 in the NFL. He's trying to pass on to Jahmyr Gibbs because all they care about is winning.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to be joined by Lomas Brown. So much to talk to with Big Low.
Big Low.
It's a really exciting time to be a Lion fan, let me tell you. But first, a message from Guardian Alarm. They're your local security experts, have been for over 90 years. When you see this black and yellow sign out in front of your house, it tells the bad guys one thing.
Stay out.
Whether you are at home or on the road, they're 24/7 professional monitoring, customized solutions from real experts, and technology backed by people means you are backed by the best. Call this number right here, 1-800.
Stay out.
That number again, 1-800.
Stay out.
Call today. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
Stay out.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour.
You're a good coach, Tim. Oh, great shot.
Some of the biggest names in Michigan sports, and some, well, not so much.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, shit. Go in.
Watch episodes at woodwardsports.com.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Hey, welcome back. Very excited to talk to this guy who will be going into the Pride of the Lions on October 30th, the homecoming game, Monday Night Football against the Las Vegas Raiders. We have not had an opportunity to talk to Big Lo since the announcement was made. Lomas Brown, congratulations to you. Thanks so much for the time here on Woodward Sports. How are you, my friend?
I'm great. I appreciate that, my good man. You make the big fella feel wanted. I appreciate that.
Well, you, Lomas, you are wanted. You've been wanted for so long by so many people. It just feels like this is long overdue, but they are doing it now, and I know that's got to make you feel good.
Yeah, it really does, and I'm thankful to the Lions. I'm thankful to the fans. You know, I'm just thankful to my former teammates for being there for us. And man, we had a great run back in the 90s, and it'll be great to see those guys on October the 30th, because that will be an alumni game too. So it'll be great to be around those guys again after a long time.
Big Long, I got a chance to see you on Monday and say congrats, but I'm gonna do it again, and I get a chance to see you this evening at the meeting that Tim won't stop texting me about. But Big Long, man, proud of you, excited. You know, as soon as I saw the news, as soon as I saw your reaction, I think one of the biggest things that we talked about on the show is you can just see how humble and team guy you are. Because even as you were watching the video, boy, you're like, all this for me. You're just the epitome of humble, man. You're the epitome of a guy that people should want to be like, man. Love you, and I'm proud to know you, man.
Absolutely. You know the same goes for me, man.
Yeah.
I almost seen you grow up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And stuff, hanging out with you and your pop. So, bro, you know, I appreciate everything you say about me.
100.
Hey, Lomas, let me ask you something we were talking about. It just feels like the luck for the Lions changing. You know, whether it's, you know, C.J. Gardner-Johnson earlier in camp, and I'm on Ross St. Brown, tweak of the ankle, it's no big deal. And now news that Chris Jones is probably going to be out until week 8. Andy Reid says we've had no communication with him, talking about the best defensive player for the Chiefs, one of the best in the league. If he's not going to play, that just feels like the Lions' luck is just improving a little bit every day. What do you make of that?
Oh, man, look, man, I tell you what, it takes every star to line up. It takes everything to go just right to win a Super Bowl and to have good seasons. And you're right, everything kind of has to line up for you. That could be a tremendous break for us going into that first game against Kansas City. Like you said, one of the best defensive linemen in this game. So that could make Frank Ragnow and those guys in the middle of that offense, that could make their job a little easier going in. But, yeah, they definitely got some things in Kansas City, especially with Eric Bieniemy not being there. You know, they got some things that they have to kind of clear out, too, before the first game of the season.
Absolutely right. This is not the exact same Kansas City team that we saw win that Super Bowl against the Eagles last year. Lom, I want to ask you about my position. I want to ask you about the wide receiver position. Last week, Dan Campbell was not excited about the wide receiver position, whether it was Jameson Williams, whether it was Denzel Mims, and whether it was the rest of the guys vying for that 6th spot. What do you make of that wide receiver position? Do you think that we have the guy on the team, or will they have to go elsewhere before the season starts?
Yeah, bro. I wish you could suit it up. I sure wish.
I lost some weight,
man. Hey, I know. Hey, I'm a little concerned. Not as concerned as I am about the offensive line, the backup offensive line position, but I am concerned about that receiver position because, again, like you're saying, you got Amara, then you got Khalif Raymond, then it's a big drop off from that point on. So you're right, and you know we're going to have to rotate 3, 4 receivers, sometimes 5 receivers set. So they're definitely going to have to keep looking at the waiver wire like Dan said. They're always looking, and I think they're going to continue to look throughout this season because I believe, just like you said, Braylon, I don't think they know that they have the receivers on their roster past Solution, past Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's question mark.
Hey, Lomas, it's Maz. Congrats again on the honor. Next stop is Canton for you. That's going to be a done deal, and we'll all be there rooting for you that day. But that said, I wanted to ask you about the preseason. We haven't seen Jared Goff yet. We don't know if we will see him. What's your thought on playing some of the starters here on Friday night?
Well, I appreciate the love, man. And I just had a little interview with Alex Anzalone, and that's what I just asked him. I'm like, Alex, how can you guys get ready to play without playing? I mean, that's just like it don't even sound like those words go in the same sentence. Getting ready to play without playing. It's just crazy to me, but that's the new NFL, and like he said, they just have to adjust, and be ready. Try to be ready as they can on that first game. But I'm telling you, I don't see how they can do it, because I don't think I could have did it. I really don't think I could have did that. So it's a new way they do things now, and I guess every team is starting from that vantage point, but I just don't see how you get ready to play not playing.
And I want to expound on that a little bit, because we sit up here, at least I do. Braylon, only one of us on this desk, Lomas, played professional football, and it wasn't me. But it just feels like from the outside, I see Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce playing. I see Russell Wilson playing. You see, Derek Carr play. You see some of these other guys playing. At some point, don't you have to play football so that you can be ready to play football?
Yes, you do. Yes. Man, it's timing issues. And it's not just everybody just think it's timing issues with the quarterback, but it's not. It's timing issues with your offensive line. Put it this way, you want to know where your quarterback settles at in the pocket. Whether he drops deep, whether he's going to veer to one side or the other side. Those are things that you pick up in practice. The cadence. Those are things that you hear in practice. Yeah, you could get that, but again, it's different when it's a live situation when you got a 300-pounder breathe down your neck and your quarterback, and you got 60,000 fans up in the stands, and your quarterback trying to audible to a play, and you got to hear all that. And by the way, that defensive lineman just jumped from a 5 technique to a 4 technique on you.
Talk about it,
Long. Up everything you do. So yeah, man, it's a lot going to it that a lot of people looking from the outside in, they just don't see it or understand it. But it's a lot. Braylon knows it's a lot.
Yeah, you just heard that from greatness himself, Lomas Brown. Like, he took you inside, and that's how fast that mindset comes, man. You got goosebumps just now thinking about it. I was ready for training camp, man, get a little active. I want to talk about the defensive side for a second, man. Last year, because of how good the draft was, because of Brian Branch, because of Jack Campbell, because of the good moves made in free agency, people just kind of forget how bad the defense was last year. How are you, as somebody that watches every game, as someone as you just watch training camp and you watch all these moves being implemented going into the season, how are you thinking about this defense as compared to last year? Are we good, or is it just we got a good couple free agents?
Hey, that's a great question, man. I do think that the guys that we brought in will help us, Braylon. I do think that's going to help. But again, everybody got to remember, Brian Branch is a rookie. It's a learning curve.
Yes, sir.
What y'all do to rookies. You already know, especially rookie safeties too. That's gonna try to come down and cover, man. So you already know what y'all looking at. And same way with a rookie linebacker. If Jack Campbell is the starter, it's different things that you do to those guys. So it is a learning curve. But I do think, man, the talent has gotten so much better on the defensive side of the ball. So I think talent can make up for some of the things that they did wrong last year. Plus, I do think Aaron Glenn, he's been on those guys. He's been the loudest, most vocal coach whole training camp. So he's ready. He's going to have them guys on their T's and Q's. So I do expect them to get better. I just can't say how much better they're going to be this year. It's got to be an improvement, right? Because they can't be worse than they were last year. I just can't say how much better they're going to be.
That's real.
Hey, Lo, let's go to the other side of the ball. I want to ask you about the difference in the running back game. Last year, Jamal Williams and I already forgot his name.
DeAndre Swift.
DeAndre Swift. Now you got Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. What's your thought on this year's running game versus last year's?
I think we'll be more explosive. I do see that because I do think Montgomery is more explosive than oh my God, I'm drawing the blank on our
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Running backs from last year. Yeah, no,
Jamal Anderson. Jamal
than Jamal that we had last year, and I definitely think that Jahmyr is definitely on the level of DeAndre Swift, if not better. You know, we have to see, but I definitely think he's operating on the same level as DeAndre. So I think we've improved there. And another area I think we improved, and I love Deuce Staley to death. I do. But I think Scotty Montgomery, he just brings a different voice. He just brings a different philosophy to that running back room. You know, his philosophy is block first, then you get rewarded by touching the ball. And that, so that's a little different. So this whole thing is on protection. Those guys got to be tough enough to protect. And that's a little different from a lot of running back coaches. So, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out throughout the season. But I do expect those guys to be explosive. And look, bro, when you got the number one, and I'm going to go ahead and proclaim it, when you got the number one offensive line in the league, you can plug and play. You can put anybody behind that offensive line and get it done.
How's it compared to the old one in '91 and those teams?
Don't get them started.
Hey, Lomas, let me ask you about Jared Goff, because this is a guy that really seems like he is completely taking control of this football team. For 3 years, essentially, for the first 2 years, people have been trying to find his replacement. It doesn't feel like that anymore. What have you seen out of Jared Goff at camp? How much command he has of this offense and this team?
Yeah, total command. Total command. You can see it. And you can just see it in his mannerism. You can see it in how he carries himself out on the football field. He seems to be so much more comfortable with the guys. And when you get comfortable, then you feel a little bit more emboldened. You feel a little bit more like you have a stronger voice, like you were able to say certain things and it's not being perceived the wrong way. And Jared, like you say, has earned that. He has earned that. That's not something that's given to him. He earned that with that team and his teammates. And you can just see that he's right at home. Ben Johnson said it himself that Jared has total control of the offense, total control of it. So, I'm expecting for Jared to put up numbers better than he did last year, and I'm expecting that offense to run at just another level than it did last year, just because of his understanding of it, and just because the offense is going to slow down for him too.
Hey, final thing for you, Lomas, from me. How many spots do you think are up for grabs this week or on Friday? Do you still think there's like 3, 4, 5? What do you think?
Yeah, I could see wide receiver like Braylon said. I could definitely see who else is going to be our 6th, 7th, or 8th offensive lineman. I could see that spot up.
Interior D-line.
That might happen at safety. What about safety, though, Jalen? Stockpile at the safety position. It could be a name that might be unexpected at the safety position, and then definitely the defensive end position. It's definitely going to be somebody we're going to be like, oh, man, they cut him. So yeah, it's gonna be those.
I got some initials, but you know what? I'm not gonna say them out loud. I'm gonna keep them to myself. The last thing I would say is when I saw that video, man, what was up with you and Pops and everybody in the 80s rocking that mustache, man? I saw the mustache. I was like, man, get rid of that mustache, big long.
Hey, look, man. I know this is a PG show. That was back, it was back in the day when
the porn stash.
That was the dirt diggler.
That's
that
the porn
was the
stash.
dirt diggler, as we call it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was the big push one there, man. So yeah, that was old school there.
I love it.
Lot of munging loud nights seeing that mustache.
That's right.
Hey, Lomas, thank you so much, my friend. We cannot thank you enough. We are so happy for you.
Yeah.
I'll be there. You to death. Thanks so much.
Hey, I appreciate you guys.
See you, Lo.
Yeah, we appreciate you too. I'll see you later on tonight, buddy.
Thanks for everything.
One of the great Lions of all time, and of course the analyst on a radio broadcast on October 30th against the Raiders. He's going in to the pride.
How do you not love that guy?
I've never met one person that didn't like Lomas Brown.
Yeah.
So great.
Not one person.
This is true.
That either has met him or not met him. Maybe you just read his name and everybody loves Lomas.
I should have been paying more attention to Lomas growing up.
Yeah, you should have.
No doubt. Oh, man. Good stuff. Hey, Tom Mazaway, what do you got?
Hey, man, another great show on Woodward Sports for you guys to know. If there's one man at Woodward that you know the need, you want to go to him when you got a college game day lock. You know who it is. We're talking about Booner, the Boone. If you want to take the under for the Bears or how many glizzies that Joey Chestnut's going to eat on July the 4th, he's the man. He's Boomer of Woodward Bets. Have no fear. Booner is looking in and locking in all football season to bring you the best picks. Only on Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Saturdays at 11 a.m., Sundays at 11:30 a.m., premiering September the 2nd. College football, he's got you. NFL football, you know it. Woodward Bets, watch on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Ask for Boone.
Oh, Academy of Warren. How's everybody doing?
Academy.
But yeah, Academy of Warren, they have a brand new state-of-the-art sports dome field house with a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, and soccer field. Also could be used for 7-on-7 football. K-8 that features AM and PM latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Houghton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and many, many more things. Ermanni and Edwards will be broadcasting from their carnival August 24th, so come meet the staff and explore your child's new school. The Academy of Warren is now accepting new enrollments, so go to academyofwarren.net. That website again, academyofwarren.net.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. So register today at OutdoorEquipCo.com, and even you could have DMAC on your landscaping crew.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports. Detroit's winning sports network.
Shoot, I gotta tell Lomas in our NFL chapter about 5-iron golf and not that other stuff.
5-iron golf,
5-iron
baby.
golf, downtown Detroit, Ryan Ermanni at the Cambria Hotel. Look, play, practice, and party. That's what they want. They want you to come down, have a good time, enjoy downtown Detroit, and you can play on 13 different brand new golf simulators. Also, you can play any course around the world. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You want to play Pebble? You can play Pebble. Torrey Pines, you can play that. You can play Augusta, and many more. Also, food's good. The vibe is good. Why don't you come on down? We'll let you see it. And Thursday, it's the Woodward Sports Golf League, 5 to 7 every Thursday.
And the leather smells awesome.
And and the leather, and they set us up. That was a nice setup they had going on in Cambria. How they put us in that corner right there.
Yep.
We gotta get some artwork on the side for Ryan for the pole.
You know, we just missed the mayor.
We did.
Mayor
Duggan.
He
still mayor?
showed up. Yeah,
I
thought it was Dave Bing.
I saw Dave Bing Monday.
No.
Hall of Famer.
At Jalen's.
Not
he went
at all.
NBA top 50.
Absolutely.
And mayor.
Guys, just talking about Lomas Brown for a minute.
Yeah.
I say this quite often, but you know, when you go down the row from hiring Chris Spielman to bringing Calvin Johnson back in the fold to getting a statue for Barry Sanders to putting Lomas Brown in the pride of the Lions to hiring two guys that are doing everything right lately, it just feels like the Lions organization is doing everything right. And I do think you have to give some credit. Of course, Martha is going to get it. And his name seems to be a lightning rod in the city for a lot of reasons. And maybe it's because of the Calvin Johnson contract thing where he made him pay back some money. But Rod Wood absolutely deserves some credit for this. He does. Everybody in that building is kind of on one page right now.
I definitely can say he deserves some credit, and I can say I was one that was very aggressive towards Rod Wood, and I'm very critical. Excuse me, you know. And look, I feel like we needed to be critical in that moment, but since then he's done everything right, and I have to give him credit. He has been putting the money where his mouth is. He's been putting the pieces in play to get the Lions in a respectable situation. And also, look, the great franchises, man, don't they always have something going on?
Of course,
don't the great franchises?
Look at the Yankees.
They always got a player that they're going to put into the Pride now, the Detroit Pride for us, or the Ring of Honor. They got a player that that they're going to bring back in honor. It's something that they're doing. It's some community aspect of it, or some former player that you haven't seen in a while, and maybe they make him honorary captain. You're talking about Jerry Ball. What if Jerry Ball was honorary captain this year? You're talking about seeing him in a while. So the good teams always have something going on for the community, for the fans to reach back, and it seems like Detroit Lions are doing that right now.
The Woodward Sports Lions pregame show returns for another season of Lions football. Join WSN host Jeff Iafrate with a weekly special guests rotation with the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Whether you're sipping the Kool-Aid or kicking off the screaming the same old Lions, you will not want to miss this show. Premieres live starting Thursday, September 2nd at 6 p.m. Join us all season long for the action-packed pregame experience, the Woodward Sports Lions pregame show. Good stuff there.
I wanted to talk about two things that Lomas, talk about. That's okay. We got time to jump into two things.
Bray. I got all the time.
You got all the time in the world? All right, man. You don't get paid by the word, right?
I do not get paid by the word.
This is one thing I was thinking about, the Jared Goff aspect of it. He's absolutely right. He's earned, you and Lomas were absolutely right. He's earned the space that he's in with the Detroit Lions. He's earned the respect of that locker room, of his offense. He's earned that C that he's going to wear on his chest for the second year in a row. It's easy to come to a team and not have success, Ryan, and then start to point back to what you did in the past. It's easy for Jared Goff to come back here and say, man, look, I was in the Super Bowl. Or you remember that game against Kansas City where I beat Patrick Mahomes in L.A.? It's easy to go backwards. But the Detroit Lions, this isn't St. Louis. This isn't L.A. They don't care about what Jared Goff did in the past. They didn't care about the Super Bowl that he got him to. They didn't care about the big stats that he had that year, which was 4,600 and 32 touchdowns. They care on what they see. And last year, they saw a guy that turned into a leader. They saw a guy to lead them, and they saw a guy that everything that he said he was going to do on Hard Knocks and what we saw, and further, they saw him be that. That's why he got the respect. That's why he can walk with his chest up like he now does. He's walking like he talks it, like the song says.
How about Jared Goff, what he said about his career?
What'd he say, Maz?
He's hitting the peak, man.
What'd I tell you?
He is feeling it. Look at him.
I hope to describe it as entering my prime. I told you that. I really believe this, because he's been in the league so long and lived 5 lives already.
Yeah.
You feel like he's some 34-year-old quarterback. He's 28.
This feels like
6 years from now he'll be 34.
Wow.
Think about that.
Yeah.
That's why I call this Lions. I guess where we are with the Lions right now, this is a 5 or 6 year stretch.
Yeah.
This is year one.
Could be.
Of a 5 or 6 year stretch where I expect them to compete for Super Bowls.
And that's why you got to call Brad Holmes the mad scientist. He fleeced the Rams. He said, "Okay, I'll leave too. We'll take Jared Goff. I'll go to Detroit." He saw in Jared Goff then what we see in Jared Goff now. Brad Holmes knew that he was a young quarterback, which we completely forget all the time. He knew that he was the same guy that was the guy that got them to the Super Bowl, was in that Monday night shootout, those that we always like to talk about. He said, this guy just needs some love. This guy just needs some love. He needs some foundation, and he'll be smooth. He saw that 3 years ago when none of us saw it, when we laughed at him walking around Birmingham with security guards, which is still funny to me. But we didn't see that. Brad Holmes saw that. He brought him to Detroit. Brad Holmes, man, he's going to get the credit he deserves when it's all said and done, because it's coming soon.
And look how excited they were when they got to draft Penei Sewell. And I know I'm always been sticking up for Micah Parsons. I would love to have had him. But to have Penei Sewell, and he's only getting better, and the offensive line, it's really second to none. It's unbelievable what that line is going to be able to do for this team. They're going to be able to run, and they're going to be able to pass, and they're going to do it in top 3 fashion.
We got a lot coming up next hour. We've got cap or no cap. We've got around the NFL. We'll talk some Tigers as well. But can I just ask you at the start of next hour, one thing that Lomas kind of piqued my interest with, and I don't know if you caught that or not, but it was, maybe they do something crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe they do something crazy. Yeah. And look at where they are strong. Look at where they have depth. Would you consider a trade with one of those guys that you are perhaps counting on the back end there of that defense? We'll talk about it. But first, a message from Fairway Packing Company. For over 60 years, Fairway Packing has provided Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, casinos with prime beef, Wagyu beef, and dry-aged beef. You can experience the Fairway difference for yourself today. Visit the steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods for grab-and-go steaks. If you can't visit the shop in person, you can order online, fairwaypacking.com, fairwaypacking.com.
Source aged, pack, cut, prime to perfection.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer, Academy of Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new field house. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Holton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Number 2, Woodward Sports Network on a Wednesday. Looks like it's clearing up here a little bit. I don't know if you watch it live or not, but it just absolutely poured today. We thought Tom Mazaway was going to have to pull over on the freeway.
I almost did. I almost said I'm going to miss the meeting.
Oh,
we had a big meeting today.
Then you could have FaceTimed in.
I could have from the side. Right?
Google Zoom or Zoogle.
Guys, we just had Lomas Brown on, and one of the things Lomas was talking about was, hey, you do need a wide receiver. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he talked about how deep they were in the secondary.
Yeah.
And it just intrigues you. Would you take a guy on that back end? Like, I'll say it.
Oh, no.
A Tracy Walker.
Okay.
Would you trade Tracy Walker and see if you can get a a number 2 receiver. Could you get a number 2 receiver for Tracy Walker? It might have to be, Tracy in a high draft pick to get a guy that you actually want. But
it ain't going to be Branch, and it ain't going to be my guy, C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
No, it's definitely not going to be any of those guys. But I can see a guy like Tracy Walker being moved. I mean, this happens all the time, in the NFL. And people in Detroit like, no, don't get rid of Tracy. We love him. Look, you do love him. This is what happens in the game, man. You always have that option open. Brad Holmes is always looking to, if he has to make a move, he know where he's going to make that move. He know what guys he's going to move. They've been looking at this move for a long time. I'm not saying it's going to happen. But if it does happen, I wouldn't be surprised at all. You look at a guy like Tracy Walker, he's got a deal, but it's a smaller deal, something that you can move. Also, he's got coming off an Achilles injury, playing that safety position. You don't know what he's going to be. Is he going to be back? There's a lot of things that you can think about when you're trying to make your move. Your job as Brad Holmes is to put the Detroit Lions in the best position to win now in this season. Like, that's what his job is now in this season. And I think that could be a move, but we don't know.
You just can never have enough defensive backs on your roster.
This is true.
You just it's you
especially
can't
with his
have
energy.
Enough.
You got 2 coming off injuries,
Right.
and Jacobs and Tracy Walker. I don't think Walker's tradable, to be honest with you. I know
Might
you just
not
threw.
be.
I know you just threw a name out there, but I hear what you're saying. And you heard yesterday when we had Dan Campbell's sound on, and he said, "Hey, we've got strength at this place, and especially we got space. We got depth now in the defensive secondary, and we might have to use some of that." He kind of said, if we got strength somewhere, we might have to use that. Might come in handy later. And I took that as, trade bait.
Again, unless you have an injury to the top 4 wide receivers, I think you're okay.
No.
But if you do, you are in trouble. Actually, if you have an injury to one guy, you are in trouble. And that's Amon-Ra St. Brown. If he goes down, I do think that hinders what you can do offensively a huge amount, a tremendous amount. He's probably, Amon-Ra St. Brown to me is the one guy outside of Jared Goff that you cannot lose on the Detroit Lions. If there was one member of the Detroit Lions other than Jared Goff that you absolutely cannot lose, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. You can't tell me another guy. Aiden Hutchinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Penei Sewell, Taylor Decker. Now, you don't want to lose 5 guys, but I'm just talking about one player on the Lions roster that you cannot afford to lose at all outside of Jared Goff. It's Amon-Ra St. Brown. Nobody else.
I'm booking with you.
I'd say Aiden Hutchinson, but I'm splitting hairs at this point. I'm splitting hairs just because I don't know.
But I got about 10 guys that can rush. You know what I mean?
But we got 10 guys we think can rush the passer. Aiden Hutchinson last year had 9 sacks. He got 1 taken away from him, which would have been 2 sacks. He had 3 interceptions, which ties the all-time record for a defensive end in terms of interceptions. And we expect him to be a guy that's going to be in that. T.J. Watt, J.J. Watt. Well, I guess J.J. is retired. But the Bosas, those brothers, we expect him to be in that type of company. You're talking about losing that for some guys that we may think can rush the passer when they're opposite of him. That's the only reason. That's why I say I'm splitting hairs, because I'm choosing Aiden just by the slightest of margins.
Get in the chat. Anybody in the chat right now, who's the one player outside of Jared Goff that you cannot afford to lose? It would just completely change the makeup of this team.
It might be a bad luck poll. Don't do that poll.
Well, I mean,
don't want anybody to get hurt.
No, we don't want anybody to be hurt, but I think you could survive. Now, if Jamison Williams was that guy that we think he could be, which I have plenty of questions about, but if he was
My eyes are rolling, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, if he was that guy, maybe I would have, a Penei Sewell or Aiden Hutchinson or somebody like that. But
you're right.
He's not there.
Your next guy is Marvin Jones. That's your next top receiver.
I mean, that's something to actually think about. Amon-Ra St. Brown keeps them on track. He keeps them on point in terms of moving the chains, extending drives. He does it with reverses, underneath passes, long plays as well. So, I mean, like I said, it's definitely something. But, I mean, you might be turning me. I just think when you're playing in the league like now, where quarterback play is so efficient, where quarterback play is the big thing, you got a guy like Aiden Hutchinson, you got a chance to get to that quarterback. You got a chance to disrupt. a Patrick Mahomes. You got a chance to disrupt Geno Smith and Lamar Jackson and all these other quarterbacks that the Lions have to see this year. Aiden Hutchinson allows you to do that.
Right. I totally believe that my guy on the offensive side, I love Amon-Ra St. Brown, but I told you the guy that's going to be the stud is Jameer. He's going to be Mr. Everything for this team.
Yeah.
So keep him healthy. He's going to be dynamic.
Well, we want everybody to be healthy again, but I'm just saying, like, complete devastation if X goes down outside of Jared Goff. It's a short list of guys because they are so deep and they can get through just about anything. Speaking of anything, if you're anything like us, there's nothing better than a fall football weekend.
Ooh.
Now Woodward Sports can top that. All you got to do is sit back, crack. Well, you can crap too if you want, but you can crack open a cold one, line up your bets, tune in to watch college football all day, every day Saturday, Lions football on Sunday with your favorite Woodward Sports personalities. Woodward Sports Live Game Watch Party, the latest show to hit the WSN YouTube channel, premiering September 2nd at 12 p.m. to watch Michigan versus ECU, then Michigan State and CMU. Tune in for the Lions season kickoff against the Kansas City Chiefs on Arrowhead. September 7th. We got to clean these freaking things up. Can we do that, please? Can we clean these up, Tom Mazaway?
Holy mouthful,
Jesus
Batman.
Jesus Christ. Either way, very good. Thank you very much.
Very good. Just tune in to all our new shows.
Yes,
They're going to be dynamic.
We got a lot of them.
You want to watch football games? Watch them with us here at Woodward.
That's
Sports.
right.
True.
No doubt about
Got
it.
the live stream going on these coming Saturdays, man.
Very exciting stuff. All right, Braylon Edwards. I hate to do it mid-show, so I'm not.
Okay, I was ready.
Coming up next, we're going to do cap or no cap.
Okay.
So let's talk about Mark White, and let's come back and do cap or no cap. How about
All
that?
right.
Let's do it.
All right.
When buying or selling real estate, flexibility and control over the sales process is key. Sellers, how would you like the freedom of canceling your listing agreement at any time for any reason with no penalty at all? That is exactly what Mark White and Associates offers. It's called the minute-by-minute listing agreement by Mark White and Associates. Try Mark White's risk-free minute-to-minute listing agreement today. Looking to buy or sell real estate? Visit markwhitesells.com or call 248-290-8242. That number again, 248-290-8242. markwhitesells.com, where flexibility meets success.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then, she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Hey, gang, I want to tell you about Outdoor Equipment Company. Your childhood may be over, but playtime is not. Outdoor Equipment Company is your source for outdoor power equipment sales, service, parts, carrying top brands such as Bad Boy, LS Tractor, Steel, and more. They service the Great Lakes region with locations in Metro Detroit and Greater Lansing. For more information, visit us, OutdoorEquipCo.com. OutdoorEquipCo.com, your power equipment playground.
Power.
Here we go. Braylon Edwards.
And
I'm very excited. I'm very excited for this.
It's been a minute, actually, since we've done Cap or No Cap.
It's been a minute, okay?
Do we even know how to play anymore? Do we have the right graphics going on?
We do. We got the right graphics.
Gotta get ready.
Let's fully introduce the segment.
There it is. Look at that.
It is Cap or No Cap. Braylon Edwards.
Cover
for
that
the,
forehead
you
up.
know, we have new listeners every day now during football season.
Okay.
For those who may be new to the show, explain perhaps what Cap or No Cap is.
First and foremost, if you're a new listener, we appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. If you're an old listener, we always appreciate you for coming back. Cap or No Cap, you guys know what it is. It's trending. It's the saying. It's nowadays. Cap means lie. No cap means no lie. So basically, I'll say a statement. You say cap or you say no cap, mean it's a lie or it is the truth.
Okay,
right,
true
everybody,
or false. The new way to say true or false that the kids are talking about.
There you go. Would you like to go number one, man?
I would like to go first. I would like to go first today.
You're going first today. Okay, this is coming at you. Jordan Love will be the answer for the Packers. Cap or no cap?
Cap.
That's cap. You don't think he's long term?
I just don't. I just don't. I'm not. Now I know he's getting a lot of love out there. He's getting a lot of love in the preseason.
Right.
I just can't unsee what I've seen so far.
Okay.
I cannot unsee that. So as right now, if I've got to tell you, Cap.
Cap.
I don't like him. I'm sure he's a fine person. I don't like him on the field.
You being the resident Green Bay Packer aficionado, cap or no cap?
No cap. They've got it right 2 in a row. I think they're going to get it right 3 in a row. And I don't know what you saw, Rye. Last year when he stepped in a couple of games, he looked pretty damn good to me. He wears the number 10.
Says the same guy who doesn't see anything out of J.J. McCarthy.
Well, he hands the ball off. He hands the ball off.
Same guy that said Malik Willis should be the number 2 pick of the draft.
I never said number 2 pick. I said they should pick him. And when they traded up to get you know who, I thought that was going to be Malik Willis. I'd rather have Malik Willis right now than this guy.
This guy
I'm only
knows
kidding.
about quarterbacks.
I'm only kidding. So I'm saying no cap. I think Jordan.
Staying out of it, he says.
I think Jordan Love is going to be A-OK. He's got a great staff there. He's got 2 great running backs. He's got a good young good Romeo Dobbs. And Christian Watson.
2 young tight ends as well.
And great running backs. Yeah. Terrific running backs. A decent offensive line. David Bakhtiari's still there, I think. He might be going to the Jets, though, because that's what Aaron Rodgers wants. I say no cap. Jordan Love will be A-OK for the Pack.
All right, I'm gonna go. It's tough. I want to split the middle, but there is no third option. I'm gonna side with Maz on this one. I'm gonna say no cap. And I know I've actually been vocal about not thinking Jordan Love was the answer. I never heard Green Bay say anything about Jordan Love. I never heard any moment where they're like, "Hey, we got this guy." It looked like they were trying to keep Aaron Rodgers. But I heard somebody say this, and it makes a lot of sense. You know what? How people feel about you, how you interact with the team, how the team feels about you, it means a lot. It says a lot. And he's set behind Aaron Rodgers for the better part of 3 years. Aaron Rodgers is one of the best quarterbacks of all time. He's set behind him. He saw where he failed. He saw where he did well. Also, Matt LaFleur is this genius on offense, right? Well, let's give him a chance to see what he can do. I think it's no cap. And also, everybody's thinking he's coming in replacing Aaron Rodgers. What did Aaron Rodgers do last year?
He went backwards.
What did Aaron Rodgers do the year before that in the
they
playoffs?
won 13 games, but
what did he do in the playoffs? What did he do at home? So what I'm saying, Jordan Love is coming in at a good time replacing Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers hasn't been Aaron Rodgers the last couple years. So I'm saying no cap.
Can I ask you a silly question?
No such thing.
Do you think that Jordan Love got the Aaron Rodgers treatment that we've seen Zach Wilson get in Jets camp? I don't know.
He didn't.
Yeah,
he didn't because that's one of the biggest things that started Aaron Rodgers feeling the way he did about Green Bay is them drafting Jordan Love without telling him.
Right.
So he instantly felt this type of way about Aaron Rodgers, kind of how Brett Favre felt about Aaron Rodgers. So no, I don't think he got any of the Zach Wilson treatment that Zach's getting.
But he learned enough, I think.
100%. I mean, you can't sit behind somebody in the NFL for 3 years and not learn something. Maz, this goes to you. Jonathan Taylor has been given permission to seek a trade. Now, I know there's a lot of teams that would want Jonathan Taylor, who's right now, in my opinion, pound for pound, he is the best all-around running back in the NFL. All-around running back, catching out of the backfield, yards. You're talking about a guy that's been over 2,300 yards from scrimmage. That dude can play. But two teams come to mind, the Bills and the Cowboys. Will JT go to the Bills or the Cowboys? JT will go to the Bills or the Cowboys or the field, cap or no cap?
I'll say...
Or JT will go to the Bills or the Cowboys?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm going to say cap.
The field.
I'm going to say the field, and I'm going to put, believe it or not, I'm going to put a team that's in his own division, the Miami Dolphins, as a team that would try to get him. They wanted Dalvin Cook.
Yes.
That failed. He went to the Jets. I believe they need a running game. I know they have some decent runners right now, but
Raheem Mostert ain't Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, but he's not. So JT, I think the Dolphins or the field will be the pick.
I say cap. I'm going to say the field too, and I'll give you an off-the-wall team. You ready for this one?
I'm ready. Michael Jackson.
The Houston Texans.
Ooh.
You've got a rookie quarterback in C.J. Stroud.
Okay.
You've got a rookie head coach.
D'Amico Ryans,
You've
Alabama.
got a defensive stud. Oh! Kerry Carpenter! Kerry Carpenter!
Is that a grand slam?
That is a grand slam. Game time grand
Look
slam.
at the picture he's
Kerry Carpenter!
Look at the flick of the wrist.
Oh, there goes. Well, there goes our audience.
I thought Ryan fell out of his seat.
So much for cap and no cap.
There goes our audience. We'll be back. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, you got to clip that.
So listen,
we got to clip that. 317.
I
for real thought Ryan fell.
Listen,
I don't know what happened.
Listen, Tigers, they're down 4-0.
4-0
in the sixth.
Getting whooped.
They load the bases up with nobody out. Riley Green strikes out. Spencer Torkelson shallow pop fly out. Kerry Carpenter grand slam 4-4.
Probably his first ever.
Oh my God, how great is that?
That's number 20 for him.
Unbelievable. And he didn't even play until June.
That's what I was talking about yesterday when I said somebody has 19 as Kerry Carpenter.
Oh my God.
I love this
Two
team.
players right now.
I love these guys.
Welcome to the bandwagon, right?
I love these
Welcome.
guys.
Told you they were going to be at zero.
Oh my gosh. But anyway, the Houston Texans. Then they
Who
got Will
cares?
Anderson
Carpenter is
Jr.
in a grand slam.
Houston Texans?
Yeah.
All right. I'm saying no cap. I think it will be one of the Bills of the Dallas Cowboys. I think Dallas Cowboys are trying to give themselves the best opportunity to play this year. Look, they got to help Dak out. And I think that's one way to do it. Or it will be the Bills with Josh Allen. So I'm saying no cap.
By the way, you should put that call on the video.
That would be the call.
This is true.
He probably thinks it's a pop-up. Dan Wood, by the way, says thanks for ruining the game for him. He was taping it.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, Dan.
Well, you got to tell Dan Wood it's only the sixth inning.
Yeah, come on.
It's only the sixth inning, so we won't tell you the rest.
I mean, either way.
Here you go. Let's switch it up. Let's give it. Let's get a topic that people like to talk about, and maybe it can bring our audience back. Russell Wilson. Here we go.
Okay.
Russell Wilson.
Cap
will not.
Don't even come with that Jared Stidham stuff.
Nope.
Okay.
Russell Wilson will not make the whole season.
Cap.
Okay, I'm just making sure you heard it out.
Cap. I think Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos are one of my bold picks to make the playoffs.
Another one.
Okay.
They were my first one.
They were.
They were my first
I
one.
did it last year.
Then Cleveland was my second one.
Then the Steelers.
Then the Rams.
Steelers.
Oh, no, you were right. Steelers, then Rams.
Then Commanders.
And now Commanders. I've got 5 bold picks.
The Chicago Bears coming soon.
No. How about that? There's your next cap or no cap.
I think there's another one that you left out. I have to think about it.
Will cap or no cap? One of these 5 teams. Can I take it?
Yeah, please.
Cap or no cap? One of these 5 teams will make the playoffs. The Broncos, Browns, Steelers, Rams, Commanders.
No, that's no cap. Because 2 of those teams might make the play. I'm with you. That's no cap.
I'm capping that.
You're
You capping that?
I am. I really am. I got my teams all picked out already.
Steelers and Browns.
They're not getting in.
I'm looking at Steelers and Browns.
Then I've got the Texans, the Colts.
Yeah.
It's
For the number one pick, Arizona.
Exactly. You got to throw Baker Mayfield in there.
Oh, my gosh.
Cap or no cap, Baker Mayfield will be the starter for the Buccaneers
He already is.
for the entire year.
Oh,
No, we've done that already. That's cap.
Man,
That's
we're
cap.
talking week 3.
That's cap. Well, you know what? I'll add a Tigers one because I had one in here, but I'll just move it up the list. Torkelson will be a league MVP within 5 years. Cap, no cap.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Wow. I'm going to say no cap because I'm rooting for him to be the MVP.
Okay.
No cap. Torque all the way, baby.
And this is actually on the list, too. I didn't make this up.
I'm going to
Torque, 5 years, MVP. Cap, no cap.
No cap.
5 years.
I think this dude is an absolute stud, man. And I'll tell you, I couldn't have been more wrong about a player.
Yeah.
Torkelson. I mean, I just
Takes a real man that maybe he was wrong.
Well, thank you, Braylon.
No problem.
You just didn't see it. I just didn't see it. When we had Jim Leland on a couple of weeks ago, or actually, what do you think that was, Matt? A month ago.
Yeah.
He said, let me tell you, this kid's going to be a real star. I'm like, what are you seeing? Like, what do you see that is just not translating
Sam
on
Elliott.
the field? And when you think about it, you know, the COVID situation really screwed these guys up, these younger guys up that were playing minor league baseball because they simply didn't play. Minor league baseball was done. So a lot of those guys, they didn't get the at-bats in the minor leagues. And then they're shuffling up into the next level, and then you get to the big leagues, and maybe you're not ready because you don't have the same amount of at-bats you would have. I don't know. I didn't know that stuff mattered as much. But maybe they know a little bit more than we do.
I say no cap. You know, he was always, last year, one thing he was always good at, he had a great glove. He had a great glove. He was a great defenseman. And now you add that great glove and that defense to a guy that can actually hit to the tune of 23 home runs, 19 since June 1st. This team is playing for each other, and I think with Scott Harris and with your boy AJ Hinch, I think they're only going to get better. They're only going to play better. You're going to need him to be the best that he can be for this team to win. I think he'll do that. So I think within 5 years, maybe 5 on the dot, I can see him being MVP.
AJ Hinch had a great interview at MLB Network. I got it for us for later if we want to use it. But the way he is glowing about the young core here and the 4 guys that we talked about that are going to be on this team for a long time, plus that pitching staff. If Skubal can get out of the first few innings, Ryan, right? He's going to be all right.
You know, AC says, Ermanni, you're sleeping on Torque. I mean, I was. Now, over the last month, I wasn't. Or over the last
June 1st, so 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on these guys for the last month.
Yeah. Trying to figure out about these rivals.
Yeah, who's right? You got it.
Woodward Sports Residence Party. Spencer Raxter from Walmart, Wolverine, Flannel Scent.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
about to get into it now. Fridays, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. They're going Woodward Rivals. That's right, Michigan State and Michigan getting after. Tune in. These guys have been going at each other's necks all for the last year on social media. Now they get to do it in front of you guys. 10 to 11, Woodward Rivals. Another show. Michigan, Michigan State. Look, man, Woodward Sports, we're trying to give you all the things you need.
Go Flannel.
Can I just tell you what one of the like the Carpenter freak out?
Yeah.
I legitimately believe, and this is my belief, I legitimately believe that this team still has a chance to win the division.
Yeah.
It's running out of time. We're running out of time, though.
This year, though.
I said they would.
I know.
When Maz asked that question, I said they would, so I have to stick with it.
I mean, if they can just peel off 2 more games and get to 5 back in September, and hell, they're tied right now. The Twins are tied right now. They're playing Milwaukee.
Isn't it great? You're watching the scoreboard.
That's how you always want. That's what you wanted. That's what you said you wanted to do.
Last night I was looking for Twins. Oh, they're tied. They're tied right now.
And then they lost.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just I still believe this year they got a chance.
They got it. They got it.
How about I got 3 more. How about take a break, finish the 3, and get back on track?
Look at this guy.
There we
Help
go.
me discombobulated after
I got
the
your back,
Carpenter
man.
home run.
It was a hell of
Guys,
it was a bomb.
Let me tell you about Les Stanford, Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. That's right. GMC Buick. They've been added to the Les Stanford brand, a trusted name for over 55 years. They've moved into Ferndale. That's right. Same great service that customers have come to know. You can go check them out on Woodward, just south of 9 Mile. And of course, if you're looking for a Chevy or a Cadillac, Les Stanford in Dearborn on Michigan Avenue. If you're looking for a Buick or GMC, Les Stanford on Woodward in Ferndale. You can find the brand you want under one umbrella. LesStanford.com. LesStanford.com.
Find new roads.
Find them.
Can't get enough Woodward sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Hey, welcome back. Woodward Sports Network. Braylon Edwards, we are in the middle of cap or no cap. We're having some fun doing it as well.
We are. You're having a little bit more fun than everybody else.
Oh,
but
man.
That was a hell of a call, man.
Telling you.
That was dope. All right, here we go. Back to the list. Let's say Aaron Rodgers doesn't like to do what? Throw what? Interceptions.
Yeah.
He's got a young offensive line that's inconsistent. According to reports lately, the wide receivers can't seem to get on the same page. You saw Randall Cobb talking to the young guys yesterday saying, hey, Aaron won't throw you the ball if you don't know what the hell you're doing. And it's funny because he was talking to number 17, Garrett Wilson, so I find that interesting. Aaron Rodgers, there we go with it. Will throw double-digit picks this season.
Ooh.
He's only done that 3 times in his 17-year career.
Is Kirby Joseph one of the...
No, they're not playing the Lions.
Play the Lions. So then I'm going to say cap. No.
So he's going under.
He's going under.
With a young line and...
He might be sacked 100 times, but
he's just going to tuck the ball and not throw it.
He might have some fumbles, but I don't know about picks.
What's the most touchdowns he's thrown in a year? Do you know?
41.
Okay.
41 or 42.
Damn, that's a lot.
So give me your question again.
Aaron Rodgers will throw double-digit picks this season.
I'll say yes. I'll say no cap.
Okay.
But he's going to throw 35 to 40 touchdowns this year.
Josh Allen.
So it ain't going to matter.
That's why I love Maz and hate him at the same time. He took exactly what I was going to say. I agree with Maz 100%. I think this is going to be the year. Like Tom Brady and those guys, like once they started winning, they stop kind of caring about interceptions. I think with Aaron Rodgers, he cares a little bit more because he doesn't necessarily have as much success Super Bowl wise. I think this year he stops caring about it. Because he's going to realize early on in the season, like, look, you're going to throw some picks.
These guys are going to run the wrong routes.
These guys are going to put you in bad spaces.
Look at last week's Hard Knocks.
What?
He's yapping at him. We go, we got a touchdown.
Oh, my God.
He ran the wrong route.
Hard Knocks was on last night.
You
got to watch it tonight.
Yeah,
might be a little treat on there for you.
Oh, yeah? Did you see it?
I didn't see it, but they hit me up.
Oh, man.
Don't ruin the surprise.
I don't know. I got to watch it. I'm going to watch it.
Okay.
But I think that's what you see this year. I think he'll finally, after maybe like week 3, because they got a gauntlet in that first 5 games. Yeah. They play some mean defensive lines.
They got a tough schedule.
Yeah, it eases up towards game 7, but that first 5, I think he's going to throw a couple and realize, you know what, F this. I got to throw the ball and score touchdowns. I think he'll end up with about 13 interceptions, but I think he'll end up with about 38 to 42 touchdowns.
Amen.
I agree with you.
Let me just tell you. So just Aaron Rodgers, you're just looking at this. 2011, 45 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. 2016, 40 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. 2020, 48 touchdowns,
I was wrong.
5 interceptions.
And they won 13 games and lost to the damn Buccaneers.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that's to the
Crazy.
tune. But Aaron Rodgers built those situations, those offenses, the trust in those wide receivers, the Jordy Nelsons, the James Jones, the Greg Jennings, the Donald Driver, when he first started. He built that trust with those guys. He wouldn't throw the ball if you weren't going to run the wrong route. The hell with catching a pass. Yep. If you weren't going to run the right route, he's not throwing it. And then if he throws it and you don't catch it, he's not getting the ball. So the guys he throws it to, they catch the ball. And one of those guys is still on the team, and that's Randall Cobb. I agree with Maz on that one. All right, let's call this the last one. Let's get back to the show. The NCAA will be satisfied with Michigan's self-opposed 3-game suspension for Jim Harbaugh. They will be satisfied.
That's no cap. They won't add anything to that. They'll have to, what is the saying? Bite your nose to spite your face, whatever it is.
Right.
Cut your nose to spite your face.
Yeah, you're not going to be cutting anything else.
Gotcha.
No cap on that.
Okay.
I'm going to say cap because they're so stupid that they're going to probably still try to bust his balls. So I'm going to say they're still going to try to bust him.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to happen. But I don't think they drop this.
Speaking of a guy that's got his balls busted all the time.
Nobody knows more than me.
Man, we woke up on the same. Brian, you're clowning today. Man, we woke up on the same side of the bed today. I agree with you 100%. I believe that the NCAA needed a what? They needed a win to believe that they still have power. Now, Michigan deciding to do this on their own, that's not a win.
That ain't a win.
I think the NCAA is still going to go for blood, but I also agree with you. They're not going to get anything happening. Michigan will go on about their season. Week 4, Jim Harbaugh play, and they will never look the NCAA's way again. But I think the NCAA will try to get a win.
You said it. They want to get one against Michigan.
They want to get it. It's the program to get it against right now. It's Harbaugh. It's Michigan. Like, they need one against them. They need Lincoln Riley or USC. They need, Brian Kelly and LSU. They need one of the big organizations and big coaches. Go ahead, Ryan.
Have you been waiting for the perfect pair with your nightcap? Well, no longer. Woodward Sports bringing you the newest show on the network, Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. Found 2 of Detroit's newest up-and-coming sports personalities, giving them a voice. Weekdays from 8 to 10 p.m., premiering on Tuesday, September 5th. Join Booner and Broder every single night to hear some of Detroit's hottest takes, the best entertainment, and join the boys to talk some sports. We promise you are not going to want to miss this. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder, 8 to 10 p.m. on the WSN YouTube channel. Be sure to tune in. Hey, you mentioned Michigan.
I did.
You see what the NIL valuations are
I did
for the quarterbacks? For just the players.
Yep.
J.J. McCarthy, 7th on this list. They're all quarterbacks, by the way, except for Marvin Harrison Jr. Actually, Travis Hunter is not a quarterback either. So 2 non-quarterbacks on this top 10 list. But J.J. McCarthy coming in at $1.3 million. College football's top 10 player evaluations. I mean, you look at Texas, they've got 1 in 10. They've got Quinn Ewers at $1.2 million at 10, and then Arch Manning just shy of $3 million.
Do you guys think Arch is going to be good?
No.
No, hell no. But I mean, not say hell no. I mean, at the end of the day, his last name is Manning. Eli's going to Hall of Fame. Peyton, Hall of Fame. Archie, if he would have been on a better team back in the 70s.
He's named after Archie.
Exactly. So he comes from the stock that you would like to come from. I just haven't seen it. Like, when I saw film of beta film of Peyton and VHS film of Eli, they looked the part. So, and we'll see. Texas hasn't done a job of developing anything outside defensive players and running backs in the last 20 years. The last quarterback they developed was Colt McCoy.
How about Vince Carter?
They didn't develop that. That man was made in a lab somewhere, and I saw that firsthand. But I don't know. Like, I don't see it, but I'm not watching him every day. I'm not seeing this quarterback coach. I don't know
hope he does well.
Yeah, well, everybody's rooting for. Nobody wants a kid to fail. But what I'm saying is, and I don't know if he's going to be great or that guy or not, but I can tell you he wouldn't be the highest paid guy on that list if his last name was not Manning.
Right.
Now, does the name live up to the NIL valuation? Live up to the recruitment? Now, if his name was Joe Smith, would he be the #1 quarterback recruit in the country?
No,
I just don't
Probably
believe
not.
that.
Probably not.
No, he wouldn't. And to be honest, he should technically be valued at that. I mean, if you look at it from this standpoint, look at where he comes from. Look at what his father did. Look at what his uncle did. Look at what his grandfather did. Even his brother was a hellified wide receiver before he injured his neck. He was going to Ole Miss, talking about Cooper. You got all.
That's Arch's dad, right?
Exactly. That's Arch's
Cooper,
father.
Yeah.
So you have all this available to you in terms of the workouts today, in terms of the drills, in terms of the planning, the eating, in terms of you got your father, you have the family name, you have all that. There's no way that you can't have success unless you don't love football and you're just made to play it because your last name is Manning. If your father made you play it because he got hurt, or your uncles come at you because your last name is Manning and they want you to do the same thing. If he's only doing it because his last name is Manning, then he won't be successful. But if he really wants it, I can't see him failing.
I want him to be the best Manning.
Yeah.
For Cooper, for a guy that didn't have a chance to do it.
The one that got hurt.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Cooper's doing just fine. He runs the Manning business, so he is just fine. Thank you.
It's kind of like. Go ahead, Ryan.
I was going to say, I'd like to take a break because we have a guest coming on next to talk about tomorrow's big day at Wayne State, celebration of high school football. The high schools kick off tomorrow, and there's a really great weekend event happening at Wayne State. Want to tell you about with our friends from the Detroit Sports Commission. We'll do that next, but first a message from Planet Fitness.
Yes, because summertime is a great time to join Planet Fitness and beat low E. Planet Fitness is your home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and I do mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym with tons of equipment, a full body workout in just 30 minutes in the 30-minute circuit, and all memberships include fitness training. Your fitness is essential and a key part of your physical and mental wellness. For more information or to join today, visit your local Planet Fitness, or as always, check them out online at planetfitness.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White and Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Okay. Hey, everybody. We'll do Randy Wise another time. It's all good. Yeah, we'll do it another time.
I'll catch Randy on the way out.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me know.
How are you, buddy?
Thanks for letting me know.
I didn't know.
I follow the board.
No one told me.
Oh, well, there's a board right there.
I can't see.
It's all good. Hey, who
right.
cares? A little inside YouTube, I guess. Guys, let me bring in one of our friends from the Detroit Sports Commission. Marty Dobeck is joining us now. We are so excited about the 2023 Zenith Prep Kickoff Classic. It starts tomorrow. Marty, how you doing, my friend?
Good, gentlemen. Great to be on. Great to connect.
So tell me about some of the matchups we have tomorrow. I mean, this is a real celebration. The prep high school football doesn't start until the Prep Kickoff Classic, man. I know you guys are really excited to put it on. Wayne State once again, right?
Yes, sir. You know, really appreciate that, Ryan. And we have 3 action-packed days with 6 games throughout those days. Some really just high-caliber matchups this year with some rivalries and really awesome student athletes that are going to take the field. I mean, really the powerhouses that represent Southeast Michigan when you talk about Chippewa Valley, West Bloomfield, River Rouge, Belleville, Cass Tech, King. And you also mix in, you know, Allen Park, you have Walled Lake Western. But really from top to bottom, we just have a great collection of matchups this year. We're really proud of it. And really looking forward to kicking things off tomorrow.
You know, one of the great things about this event too, and I've been several times, is if you don't have a chance to get to Belleville on a Friday night or want to see some of the great players that are going to be playing at the next level, because several players who play this weekend are going to be playing at the next level from schools like Chippewa Valley, West Bloomfield, Belleville, Cass Tech, King, and the like, even, hell, Cincinnati, St. Xavier. This is really a great opportunity to kind of have a central location for people to come see some of these names that we've heard, if you follow them on the recruiting trail, or just fans of high school football alone.
Yeah, great setting in Midtown Detroit in the heart of it all. Really is a central location. You hit on that point, Ryan. And the tickets are a great deal for this event. It's $12. It's going to get you in for both games on that particular day. So you really get to see, you know, just a great collection of teams taking the field. And with the event, we've strived to be inclusive. And we've had more than 90 schools participate in the event. This will be our 18th year and our 11th year at Wayne State. We moved it to Wayne State in 2012, and we wanted to be in the city of Detroit. And Wayne State is just such a great setting, and we're trying to, you know, really create a bowl game type atmosphere for these schools to get out, celebrate their programs. But, you know, also the action is the student athletes on the field, but we want bands, we want cheerleaders, the dance teams, to really showcase themselves on that field, and their fans to really get behind their efforts and just, you know, ultimately put on a great show over the course of those 3 days.
Hey, Marty, it's Maz. Good hearing your voice again, my friend. I miss you. Glad you're doing well. The Detroit Sports Commission, we're happy to be friends with them. We try to do as much as we can with you guys, and it's 2 games a day starting tomorrow. So it's what do you think the 2 best matchups of the weekend are?
I would say I think the River Rouge Belleville game is going to be an awesome matchup. I do like Cass Tech and Southfield A&T. It's going to be interesting to see what King has this year with replacing the QB spot. But it's kind of the year of the quarterback with Bryce Young. You got Aaron Marshall with Southfield A&T, Corey Sadler at Cass Tech. Just really going to see some nice student athletes behind the center, taking the field. So, the Netflix documentary with that's come out, it's kind of fitting that, this event for us is kind of the year of the quarterback. And kind of the theme.
Hey, Marty, talk to me about the tickets once again. Do people get them online? Do people show up? And what does the ticket get you? Does it get you both games on any particular day?
Yeah, the $12 gets you both games on that particular day, and tickets are available through GoFan, but you can go to it through our website, DetroitSports.org, and we really encourage fans to get their tickets now, because the pre-sale tickets benefit the participating schools. So we highly encourage everybody to get their tickets through GoFan, which is it's a familiar app now for a lot of the high schools in the state of Michigan. So it's really easy to just go on there, purchase your ticket, and then, at the end of the day, you're benefiting the schools, and that's what it's all about with this event, is we really want to, create a great experience for these schools, but also benefit them at the end of the day.
Hey, Marty, Braylon Edwards here. Sorry, I'm just jumping on. Always a pleasure to talk to anyone from the Detroit Sports Commission. We appreciate all you do for the city, and you guys are making these events look better and better. I have one quick question, though. Like Aaron Marshall, I think I played with his father. His father was a great wide receiver when I came out. Tell me a little bit about Aaron Marshall as a quarterback.
No, very dynamic, dual threat. He can sling it with the best of them. Last year, Cass and Southfield A&T opened up week 1, and it was a shootout. I think each team scored 50 points.
Oh yeah, I did.
So expecting more of the same this year, and like I said, he's just a great athlete, and you're going to see that throughout the weekend with every single matchup. So, really excited to see them take the field.
Last question for you, Marty. I have to ask if there is any new beans that you would be able to spill about the NFL Draft 2024. We're excited to have it. What's going on with that?
Well, planning's well underway, and we'll probably have more to report out soon. Really working closely with our friends at the NFL, really focused heavily on, the logistics, the security, the operations of the event right now, and defining, the location of the draft in downtown Detroit. It's been publicly reported that, we're looking at Campus Martius Park and Hart Plaza to be the, kind of the two central locations of the draft. And that has stayed true. And, we're just working on, further details related to the footprint overall. But, I would expect that, in the coming months, we'll have more information to share.
Great stuff. So nothing. You can't tell me. You can't tell me anything. I'm playing with you, Marty. I'm playing. Good stuff. Well, we'd love to break that news when you get it.
We would love to be the ones, I'll tell you that.
Let us know, Marty. We appreciate it, brother. We'll see you at the Zenith Prep Kickoff Classic. My good friend Marty Dobeck from the Detroit Sports Commission does awesome work there. Everybody involved at the Detroit Sports Commission, you owe them a debt of gratitude because they bring a lot of great events here to the city of Detroit.
Marty.
Thanks, Marty.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
You got it.
I actually had a chance to go to the Zenith Kickoff 2019, I want to say. I believe it was at Wayne State. He had the Zenith booth set up right there when you first walk in.
Awesome.
The Zenith was doing the helmet technology. So Zenith, and I think Dan Gilbert bought Zenith out. So I got a chance to hang out down there. It was a lot of fun. It was a couple games. I think Cass Tech King was another one of those games. It's a fun event. They do it right. And that was 4 years ago. I can only imagine what it looks like now.
I need my St. Clair Shores teams to start representing.
No doubt.
We need Lakeshore and Lakeview and South Lake. Let's go.
That's basketball and baseball, man.
That's right. Guys, we'll take a break. We'll wrap it up next. But first, a message from Randy Wise.
All right, Randy. Sorry I missed you before, but here I am. How would you like to see famous athletes like Braylon Edwards, Darren McCarty, and, of course, Jim Harbaugh play golf? You can do that, but you can do it yourself thanks to Randy Wise Automotive of Woodward Sports. It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Make the wise choice and pay attention to Woodward Sports for more of the details.
Man, I got a headache now. Oh, never mind. I do have a headache, though. I do have a headache.
You need a scalp massage.
Yeah, I do. Maybe I'll go have a scalp massage. Walk into any Lady Jane's award-winning haircut.
Was it me?
And automatically enter for your chance to win not one but two vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right. 2 cars, one for you, your wife, your girlfriend, your best bud, whoever you want to give it to. Lady Jane's, it's open 7 days a week. You can walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper. Tweet us. Hop on the YouTube chat. Slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer at Academy Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new field house. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Holton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
How would you like to win a $100,000 Vegas getaway? Take your closest friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps. It's the Cintron Energy. Drink it and live it. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter to win that $100,000 Vegas getaway at drinkcintron.com/Vegas and buy your Cintron at your local Meijer. Cintron, the healthier energy drink with great taste and the choice of people who desire to look good, feel great, and be the best version of themselves. The website you can go to enter that giveaway is drinkcintron.com/Vegas, drinkcintron.com/Vegas.
A little bit of breaking news today in the NFL. Sam Darnold will be the San Francisco 49ers' number 2 quarterback behind Brock Purdy, and that means the number 3 overall pick in the 2021 NFL draft will be the 3rd-string quarterback.
Maybe.
I don't know what you do with him. Trey Lance might be the worst pick in the NFL draft since Tony Mandrich.
Wow. They took him over Barry Sanders and Deion Sanders, so that's pretty bad.
And they took Trey Lance over Justin Fields.
Yeah, 100%. And once again, it goes
and traded up.
Trade up to get him.
3 number 1s.
And that's not the first time they traded up. Talking about San Francisco. Remember San Francisco traded up to get Solomon Thomas? And Solomon Thomas is no longer there. I think I saw him in New York. He's with the Jets. They traded up. For as much as we talk about Kyle Shanahan, as much as we talk about the 49ers doing the right thing, John Lynch has had some misses. John Lynch has had some misses, but when you have a defense like that and when you have offensive weapons like that, those misses tend to get hidden. Look, everybody wants to be the smartest guy in the room. Everybody's looking for the next dual threat quarterback. Sometimes you can't go to these schools and try to find this player in Division A or 1AA, blah, blah, blah. You got to go with what you see. And Justin Fields was much better than Trey Lance.
I mean, if you think about who they passed on, Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Penei Sewell.
Jalen Waddle. Penei Sewell. Patrick Surtain. Devontae Smith.
Penei Sewell.
Micah Parsons.
And Trent Williams
Justin
on the same O-line.
There it is. It's the worst pick since Tony Mandrich.
And I think Kyle Shanahan was behind it.
He definitely probably was. Because it wasn't John Lynch. He played safety.
I just off the top of my head, I can't think of a worse one.
Well, you got Ryan Leaf and those kind of guys, but for the guys you passed up, they passed on Barry Sanders and Deion Sanders.
Yeah, Ryan's right as it relates to that. It's like the guys you passed on, not necessarily the career those guys had, but the guys you passed on, Barry and Deion.
Ain't nobody better than those two that you passed on.
Yeah. Right, and like the immediate guys, I just listed off 7 guys. Any one of the 7 after that.
Well, you could throw Jeff Okudah in there as well.
Yeah, well, that's a very high pick. Either way, it's fine.
And I'm pretty sure when you mentioned that Kyle Shanahan was a part of that decision, I believe the general manager of the 49ers wanted Justin Fields, but it was kind of Shanahan's final say which quarterback they took at 3.
Well, just another reason why the San Francisco 49ers will not win the NFC West Division this year. That will belong to the Seattle Seahawks.
You weren't here for that, Braylon. He came up with that the other day.
No, and it's a good one because I've been teetering on that line. I've been teetering on the line for about the past 4 months.
Wearing the colors today, even.
Did you forget the defense on San Francisco?
I didn't forget that defense, but do I trust what was shown by Brock Purdy last year? Do I trust Brock Purdy coming off a UCL surgery?
Lindsey Hunter Parker said he's going to be fine.
Look, I know Lindsey can think that. Tell Lindsey to stick to. You know what? That's because he's a 49ers fan.
Oh, no kidding.
That's because Lindsey. Well, I am too, and I played for the 49ers. My thing is this: Brock Purdy last year, he wasn't the optimum choice. He had to play because everyone got injured. Then when he did come in there, 8-0. You cannot take that lightly. I respect 8-0 very much. I don't care who you put in there. You still got to go out there and win the 8-0. And also, he had the best QBR during that stretch, so I give him a lot of credit. But then he gets injured. So now he's the guy, 8-0, but now he's coming back off an injury. How is he going to play this year? I don't know. I think Sam Darnold would have been the interesting choice to start the season and let Brock Purdy fully help. But, hey, it's not my team. We'll see.
That's right. All right, guys, good stuff today. Really pleased with you.
Me too.
Thank you. I appreciate
really
you.
with your
Thank you.
today.
I like your outfit. I meant to tell you that, man. You look smooth,
You
man.
got that picture I gave you
I went
before,
home in
JB?
between
Or is that
jobs.
no?
See, this I can go out to eat with this guy.
I think Parker's got it over there.
Parker, you got that
That's
picture?
I'm wearing this.
Hold on.
The side by side of Ryan. I want to give Ryan a side by side.
He said, hold on.
What is it?
The Tigers trying to
Take
hold
care
on.
of you here in a minute. Let's bring that picture up for you.
Got the New York Giants.
What
on.
did I call
see
you
that.
earlier today when you came in?
Well, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
I called you Howdy Doody.
Oh, Howdy Doody.
And you were like, who the hell's Howdy Doody?
Yeah,
You don't know Howdy Doody
Remember
is?
Howdy Doody?
Yeah.
He had a TV show,
time?
the
It's Howdy
I know
Doody
of
time.
Howdy Doody.
He was a
but
puppet.
I wouldn't be able to pick Howdy Doody out of a lineup.
He just basically had a plaid shirt. He had a red and blue and white plaid shirt.
I just thought of you when I saw that.
yeah,
You're so
yeah.
cute
Yeah,
with that shirt. There you go.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
That's Howdy Doody.
Howdy flippin' do.
There you go. There's
Very
Ryan
good.
Ermanni today.
All right, screw you.
I love you.
Screw you.
You're so cute, man.
You really wanted to say the F word, man.
Yeah, get us out of here, Bray.
Oh, man. Well, no Howdy Doody over this way, man. Another great show. Fun time. Great show. Shout out to the guests in the studio. You had a good time?
Nate Cobb, shout out to you.
Nate over there.
Nate Cobb.
We've had two good guests back to back, man. We had Jersey Johnny yesterday,
Yep.
man. Now we got Nate Cobb, man. We got everybody has to bring somebody in throughout the course of the week. Just joking. JB, everything's good?
Oh, everything's golden.
Smooth? Parker, you good over there, man?
Man, just living life.
Well, you know what? If everybody good is here, we're good as you're good. We'll see you tomorrow. Woodward Sports Network.
Academy.
Academy.
Academy Warren.